Hi everyone, my name is Samuel Meyer. I'm the debate and Model UN coach here at Harbinger. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, my teaching experience, my philosophy with what I do here in my classes. So my experience in studying foreign policy and the way I goes into my philosophy of teaching debate and model United Nations is that as part of the world and as students and people who are interested in learning about the world and how things work, and especially about debating topics such as autonomous vehicles or climate policy or economic policy and so on and so forth, is that we all need to be aware of how the world works and how decisions are made and what influences those decisions and what is brought to the table about how do decision makers make a policy, or how do they make a decision that's going to influence people's lives. And I think that foreign policy does that, and I think that debate teaches people to think about that, right? We have to think about our impacts, we have to think about what leads to these impacts, and we need to think about what all goes into play that actually ends up affecting people. That's one of the reasons I really like to study it. Enjoy the time that you actually spend, because it really is something you'll look back on and go, wow, that was a really great time. The people I was with were fantastic. I met like-minded people. I got to talk about things that not everybody's interested in and could talk about at that level. I find a lot of debaters kind of forget that in the moment and only think about that once they're done. So don't be afraid to stop and just enjoy everything. I'm always impressed, and what's most memorable is with students who really have the motivation to really learn something. This is in debate especially, when I see students who've never done debate before finish a class and they really want to compete. They know it's going to be a ton of work. They know it's going to be a while before they start consistently winning rounds or making it to elimination levels. But I am always impressed with how a lot of students will have the motivation to do that. And they'll just want to get better and better and better. And that's very memorable to me, as it's great to see as a teacher. Students will come back and go, oh, well, can you look over my case? Can you look over all these things they wrote? And they wrote so many things, way more than my expectations. And it's always impressive to see that. MUN probably more than anything actually prepared me to be a teacher, just in the way that I think it teaches people to be able to present themselves. I really think that's a crucial skill, not just for teaching, that's a crucial skill for anything that's going to require you to present yourself, which is very common once you're out of college and doing a job. That's any interview, that's any team meeting, that's any presentation to a manager or a potential investor. I personally look at it as being able to make something work out of anything. And it reminds me of doing speeches in moderated caucus, where you have to consistently be improvising on a topic you might know about, but you need to be able to be an expert about. And for students, it teaches you how to present yourself, because you need to be the person that people look to, where they go, oh, I see this person, they're knowledgeable about something, they potentially have a solution, and more than all, there's someone I want to work with. I think that is very crucial for Model United Nations, and that's a skill that you can take out of that and apply to so many places outside of an actual committee. I'd say the main thing all the students who do well have in common is that they have a passion for what they're doing. The first thing is they have to really enjoy what they're doing, right? They need to be able to leave each debate round or committee going, wow, first and foremost, that was a lot of fun. Yes, you want to compete to win, you need to have a motivation to do so, but you need to enjoy it, because it's a ton of work. The second thing is the amount of work that they put into it. This goes back to a previous answer I had said, what always impresses me with students is, yeah, they want to go the extra mile to cover every single thing that could happen. Maybe it doesn't come up in debate. Maybe they write so many arguments they never actually end up using. Maybe you research so much about your country and Model UN and you don't actually really end up talking about yourself in committee. That's fine, but it's a drive to cover all of those bases so that you're prepared. Everyone learns at different speeds, and everyone learns in different ways. And so for a subject like debate, where you have a set, not curriculum, you have a set goal, and you have a set pattern of speaking and the debates follow a specific format every time, that can be difficult for some students when they're working with a group and they learn differently or work differently with other people. And I think there needs to be a place for everybody to get something, even if they're not, say, jumping to be second speaker because they really want to talk. Maybe they want to do more research. Maybe they want to focus on their persuasive skills. Maybe they want to be able to speak conversationally faster. It's finding a place where people can all reach their own individual goals. It's difficult, but I would say giving students the inspiration to find what they want to find out of debate. You have to give the students each of those things that they want to have. And I'd say that helping them see that they can take what they want out of each debate round is the key to do right now. That can be as simple as deciding who's first and second speaker, and the students kind of figure that out for themselves. But it could be having people work independently and prioritize what they want. It could be having them compete and see how they feel afterwards and see maybe what format of debate is right for them. There are different kinds out there that fit different students' needs. So it's always kind of a work in progress. It's not super easy, but the key is getting the students inspired to do what they want to do, right? What's my goal? What do I want to take out of this? You have to give the students each of those things that they want to have. And I'd say that helping them see that they can take what they want out of each debate round is the key to do right now. That can be as simple as deciding who's first and second speaker, and the students kind of figure that out for themselves. But the key is getting the students inspired to do what they want to do, right? What's my goal? What do I want to take out of this? I see that I can do that. There you go. You have a buy-in from each student. They're always going to stick with it at that point. So in addition to research, which I do think is such a core skill that students will need academically, especially in university, you need to know how to do that. You need to be proficient in this. Debate is going to make things so much easier once you get there, I promise. On top of that, it's about presenting yourself and it's about being articulate. It's also about just being able to talk on any number of issues without a lot of preparation. That, I think, is just a useful skill in general because that does come up at times and you need to be ready to do it. Not everybody can. I won't say that debate automatically makes you a leader. I will say that every leader has a common trait, and that is being able to present themselves in a way you might do in debate. Don't worry too much. I find a lot of students are intimidated by the topics or how much they'd have to learn, or their classmate might already know a little bit and they seem, so much better and you don't know if you're going to reach that level. I'd say don't worry too much about it. My largest criteria when I see a student is really just two things. Do you like to talk? Are you curious about something? If you match those things, I think you are a fine fit for debate. First thing is, yeah, debaters like to talk, right? That's something that you don't always get to do and debate will let you do. And the second thing is, do you just have a tenacity to want to learn something, dive into a topic and just become an expert in that topic? You don't have to know anything to start. You can join at any point, and as long as you have that motivation, then I think you will be fine. I think any student can do debate. I think it's just a matter of, do they really want to? And do they like to hear themselves talk and argue with other people? I would say if you're a student who has a curiosity to learn something, you like history, want to talk about any current events, you maybe really enjoy reading about niche topics that no one else but you seems to really care about, you will find a community here in Debate and Model United Nations. If you like any of those things, or maybe you just want to compete and win, we've got that too, then I hope to see you in class.